I wrote the other day that while I was on active duty, there was an unwritten law against going native in Japan. And, someone came back with the question, well, what particular experiences did you have to make you think that? Because I could have gone ahead and posted my experiences, but you see, he could always come back and say, well, that was just my imagination, because it turns out he's married to a Japanese, and well, he did say, well, if there is such an unwritten rule, then how come I was able to marry a Japanese? Yesterday I stumbled upon a video, and it mentioned that before the 60s, bilingualism was considered a learning disability, and it was based on faulty, defective research. And I was born in Japan in '59. My first language was Japanese. We moved to the States, and I couldn't speak English. And I remember my kindergarten teacher telling my parents, it's your responsibility to teach your child English. And the teacher didn't even take into consideration that my mother's Japanese and my father's in the military, and at that time was getting sent off to Vietnam, so he was never around. And then I remember in the first grade, I had a teacher tell me she thought I was stupid. And but anyway, it wasn't until I'd say the 70s that I finally started to get respect for being bilingual. But yeah, that's where that came from. That that there's an unwritten law against going native. I picked that up as a child. And how do you explain to a child learning disability? So I was pretty much left to my own resources to try to figure it out. I never did, so that's why I came up, with that theory. Yeah, it's not good to show my bilingualism. And guess what? Here I am, I'm 56 years old and becoming aware of that so-called learning disability of the 60s for the first time. 56 years old. Which goes to show you're never too old to learn something new about yourself. And this is Chuck, bilingual Chuck, having fun in the land of the rising sun. Yeah.